Hello everyone, Pastor Ken here from Hudson First United Methodist Church in Hudson, Florida. It is May 24th, 2024, and I'm grateful for you and for checking in, as it's got a couple of announcements for you today. Let me start with our one verse devotional, but I'm really going to use two verses. And it comes from the book of Ephesians, chapter 5. And here's what it says. Imitate God, therefore, in everything you do, because you are his dear children. Okay, so that's verse 1. Imitate God, therefore, in everything you do, because you are his dear children. So we're to imitate God. Now, here's the verse I was going to hone in on, but I wanted to add that verse 1 as well, to imitate God. Here's verse 2. It says, live a life filled with love, following the example of Christ. He loved us and offered himself as a sacrifice for us, a pleasing aroma to God. I bring out this passage of Scripture because of the love that's in it. First of all, it tells us to imitate God. You know, we're to be imitators of God. Then it tells us how to be imitators of God. Live a life filled with love. Do what Jesus did. You know, Jesus lived a life of love. Follow Christ's example of love. So if we want to imitate God, live a life of love, following the example of Christ, he loved us. And so we're to follow that example and love others as well. I think it's a wonderful passage, and you know, we've been talking about love. I've been talking about love for the last several years, of a whole different sphere or level of love, where we can just reach out in love and concern and care to people in our world. Now this passage goes on to, down through here. It talks about, some of the things to watch out for. It says, live a life of love. Watch out for some of these things. And then we come down to verse 15, and it says, be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise. Scripture talks about wisdom in the Old Testament, in the book of Proverbs. It tells us to seek wisdom. And here's a passage from Ephesians that says, imitate God. How do you imitate God? Live a life filled with love. Follow Christ's example. And then it goes on to say, be wise. Don't be unwise, but be wise. Follow that life, live that life of love. Christ is our example. So we seek just to be a people of love, loving others like Christ did. And that's the wisdom that we are to seek. So it was kind of a neat verse for me just to kind of glance at that and just draw out how important it is for us to imitate God, and we imitate to be imitators of God. We're just living the life of love. Let's do that together. How will I be different because of this one verse? Ephesians 5 verses 1 and 2. All right, let me just mention a couple things. One, I invite you, I want you to be a part of the retirement gathering, party celebration on June 9th at 5 p.m. It's going to be a potluck. I requested for the Staff Parish Relations Committee, asked what would I like. I just wanted an old-fashioned church potluck, and that's what we'll have. There's going to be fried chicken at my request, and there's going to be ham, and then you're invited to bring a dish to share, kind of, like I said, the old-fashioned church potluck. And I'm looking forward to that, and hope that you can be a part of it. Hope that you can make it if you don't have other things going on. So that's June 9th at 5 p.m. And we do ask, if you haven't already, just let us know how many are going to be there so that we can be planning for ordering some of the food. All right, now you might have noticed some things behind me here, and I want to just encourage you, and I'm calling upon you, and we need you to serve, and we need you to volunteer. When during the winter months, we have a lot of seasonal saints or snowbirds, however you want to say that come and they fill in the gap and they help and serve. But when they go back to their homes for the summer, there creates a vacuum, and we need extra help. One of those areas in our thrift store. We really could use some help in the thrift store. And you could contact the thrift store, stop in and talk to them about it. Come to the church office, ask about it, or call us, email us. We can send you information, or someone to call you, how you might be able to help and serve in the at the thrift store. Another area is the food pantry. The food pantry, I'm actually recording this on Wednesday, so it's Food Pantry Day. And this is where we serve on a Wednesday. We serve food to people, groceries, not meals, but groceries. But food pantry happens every day of the week. We hand out the groceries on Wednesdays, but Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every day there's something going on with the food pantry, and we need your help. We need you to serve. We need you to give a morning, a couple hours a week to help with this. And if we can get several people to come in and do that, it would help tremendously, and we need you. Let me show you how easy it is. What I have behind me here is a bag, and this is one of the bags that the people will get. And here's a box of cereal, and there's a few other staples in there. Here's how easy it is to help and serve and to volunteer. That's it. If you can put a box of cereal in a bag, you're in. All right. How about this? This is bread. Some of the bread that we get. If you can just do this, that's how easy it is. Or here, a potato. So, yep. That's you see how easy it is, and we do this all week long, not with the perishables. Here's something else that has to be done on a regular basis. What I have is a marker, and here's some meat, but all of the groceries have to do this. We take a marker and we mark through the barcode, and that happens because so that they can't be taken back to the store and try to get a refund. And then that goes into another type of bag for the meat bag. That is easy to do, and you can do that. We need your help, and I'm just inviting you to volunteer, give a few hours a week, a couple hours, 1 hour, anything would be incredibly helpful. But if you can give a few hours a week or during the day, it's easy to do. You know, there are other things that are going on, a lot of movement and activity, but this is easy to do. You can do it. I'm calling upon you to serve. So if you will volunteer, please, to the food pantry and the thrift store, it'd make a big impact and a difference. And let me segue into my next little piece here about this coming Sunday, because that's the only announcements I'm going to make. This coming Sunday, the sermon is going to be Excuses, Excuses. God called upon Moses to lead the Israelites out of the bondage they were in. Moses starts giving these excuses. In fact, there are 5 excuses that he gives, but they are all weak and inadequate. Giving excuses. You know, when God calls, we're to follow and be obedient. And so Moses is trying to give all these excuses why he can't serve. And so I'm segueing into that on purpose, because we need you to serve. We need your help. We're called to be a people who serve, who care, who give of ourselves, and I want your help. So just let us know if you can serve, or if you want more information. Just call or email the church office and give us your name and phone number that we can contact. Someone will contact you right away or as soon as possible, and just share with some of the things that you might be able to do, or a day that you might be able to come in and help. It would be tremendous. So thank you for that. All right, so looking forward to seeing you this coming Sunday. So good to be with you today. Bless you. Then we'll have another Thursday's talk next week, and that'll wrap it up for the Thursday talks. And I've enjoyed doing this, but I'll share more on next Thursday. So until I see you this coming Sunday, have a Jesus-filled rest of the week.